Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I have a video for you. I have my swaps from the Greek Isles incentive trip, and I have all of the gifts that I received from the new fall catalog, and I can tell you it is quite a haul. So let's just get started. Okay, so the very first thing I received when we got ready to go on our trip was this little portfolio, and turn it sideways so you can see it. It's pretty good sized. It's about 8.5 inches by 9 inches or something like that, and inside, beautiful piece with the Stampin' Up! Logo on it. There's a place for all of your cards, for cash. There's a compartment here, a place to keep a Ziploc bag here, and then a place for other kinds of things you need to keep. There is a little journaling pages here for you to write down what you're finding, a pocket here and a pocket here. So it made keeping all of our travel documents together just beautifully, and I can use this over and over again. It's lovely. Inside of it was my badge for the Greek Isles trip, and then on my badge it had a little pin here. It says my first incentive trip, and it was wonderful because people stopped in the hallway or on an elevator and said congratulations on your first trip. Many of them had been, you know, the last 10 times or 15 times. I met one woman that had been to 20 different incentive trips, and so it was a wonderful opening to be chatting with people. That was what we got before we left the trip. Then in the package was this little itinerary. It told us it had each day of the cruise and traveling, with some ideas of where we were going and what we would be doing that day on the ship and what the sights were to see. So that was a lovely little piece to have, something that's a pretty nice keepsake that I will have. Then when we got on board the ship, this was what was attached to the door of my stateroom, and it says welcome Greek Isles Stampin' Up! 2019. So the ship was Jewel of the Sea by Royal Caribbean, and the ship held about 2,500 people, and there were 440 demonstrators worldwide that qualified to go on the trip, and about 350 of them were on the trip. So, and you were entitled to bring a guest, so that doubled that number, plus people could book and pay for extra travelers like family, and then there was the Stampin' Up! Staff and some of the board members that were on this trip, and so we made up almost half, by the time you added all of those things up, of the number of people on this cruise ship. So almost every other person you met was part of the Stampin' Up! Family. This was one of the many bags that we were given, and it says Stampin' Up! And it has the Greek architecture pieces here, and you know, love bags, so I'm happy to have some more, and I got plenty on this trip. So I'm going to start with what they did was that every night when you were out to dinner on the ship, they brought back to your stateroom and left you a gift, what they called pillow gifts. So each of us got a gift, and most of the time they were had these little binder clips and the blue ribbons on them. And in this first evening, I got yet another bag, and in this bag it had Santorini on it, and this lovely a colorful bag that has all of the architecture colors and the bright flowers that you see on Santorini. And this item here was attached, and there were different things attached to it in the signs, or to give you an idea, here was one that says Opa. And this is one of the new products that we'll be carrying in the holiday catalog, starting in the holiday catalog. And these are black dimensionals. And in this package are 2 sheets of the large dimensionals and 2 sheets of the mini dimensionals in black. So that was kind of exciting. I've seen black dimensionals around different places, and it's going to be fun to have our own. So this was also filled with other goodies, and at this point what I'm going to show you is what I received, and it's in no order that it came, but we received this stamp set called Tags, and I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see them. There's a Halloween, I love you like for Halloween, season's greetings, explore your elf, you are XO excellent, boo, another Valentine's, and bring on the merry. So there's an opportunity to use these little stamps here, and that's the size that they are. These are going to be in the holiday catalog, and so we got a set of these stamps here. The next stamp set that I got was this one, The Greatest Part of Christmas. Look at this beautiful Christmas greeting here. Again, I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see it and bring it up to the camera a little bit. So it's got all different kinds of sentiments for Christmas. Happy Christmas, and to all a good night. Thinking of you at Christmas time. Thanks for being one of my greatest gifts. So on and so forth. It's just a lovely set, a red rubber set that we got while we were there. Left this trip feeling fairly pampered and spoiled. This was yet another stamp set that we got. This one is called Tool Christmas, and it's got stamp set here with some greetings on it, Christmas wishes, some flourishes, this little bow, and a cardinal. Isn't he pretty? And that one is a red rubber stamp, and you can see the size of those stamps. They're pretty good sized. It's a beautiful stamp set, a cling stamp set. Other times we got, for instance, this was one of the gifts that we got, and it is an embossing folder. It's called Stylish Scroll Embossing Folder, and you can see the pattern there. Isn't that pretty? So this was one of the things, and sometimes there was one gift in the evening and sometimes there was 2. And then Stampin' Up! Also had a hospitality center set up on the ship, and you could go by every day, and there was a big wheel to spin, and whatever your pointer landed on, you got. So I came away with lots of small things. I got a package of mini dimensionals, and I got some ribbons, and I'll show you those as we go. And sometimes it was these little bags, canvas bags, that said Stampin' Up! And had the Greek Isles material on it. And this one had this stamp set, perfectly plaid, and it is a stamp set of Christmas trees and Christmas sentiments. And in this one there was both a stamp set and a punch, so we have a Christmas tree punch coming. So that was a gift one of the evenings. So like I said, I came away with many bags. Then one of the things that the Greek Isles are noted for is their, in fact, we saw many of them, olive tree groves and windmills and all kinds of things. And in this one, there was a bottle of organic, and I can't read it, it is extra virgin olive oil, and it's written here in Greek, the details of it. And so this was came right from the Greek Isles. And so that was one of the gifts that we got. So it wasn't always Stampin' Up! Card making material. There were lots of different things that they put in. This is something that we got also, and these are stickers, and there's like 5 pages of these stickers. There's 50 stickers in here, and they've got this little swirl, they've got leaves, they've got these star embellishments, and these little circles are actually Christmas ornaments and other stars, and there's quite a few of them in here. I think these are copper. It just says brightly gleaming foil elements, and there's a package of them in here. This will be in the holiday catalog. So we got great sneak peeks and lots of material. This next thing is I kind of put together the paper that we got. This is a new kind of material that will be in the holiday catalog, and pardon the crinkling, but I'm going to open this because I want to show it to you. It's called Mercury Glass Designer Acetate, and this stuff is absolutely beautiful. So here we go. It is acetate that you can see through in 2 different patterns. This one's got like if they let mercury run on something and it pooled and collected and left spaces in between. So there's 2 sheets of this kind of acetate in here, and then one with this heavy crackle to it. And boy, doesn't that look like fun. I think I'm going to have great fun trying to figure this out and what to do with it. So this is Mercury Glass Designer Acetate, and this package holds 4 sheets of it, 2 each of 2 different designs. And so that was a gift for one of the evenings that we were there. This is designer series paper that is the tulle. So this matches the cardinal stamp set, and in here are some very traditional tulle looking prints. This is, oh, there's a steeple in a church and some homes and people in sleighs, and then the same pattern on the back side in green. And see if I can tell you what the colors are here. This is garden green and real red with very vanilla. Tulle Tidings designer series paper. And there's a couple of different patterns in here. So there's that one. And then this one, while it looks the same, is actually different. There's skaters, there's a deer, there's a bridge and a barn. And this one is also repeated on the back with the same pattern in the green. Then we have a red buffalo check pattern here. And on the back side of that is the green buffalo check pattern. And it goes like that. It's in green and red for each of the items here. And then these stripes in the green and the red also. And then this, which is a very old-timey looking foliage pattern, and it's the same on the back in the green. And then one last one that's in here, and this one's all animals, so wildlife. So there's deer, fox, bears, rabbits, and then evergreens and trees. And it's in also the red and the green. And again, that one is called Tulle Tidings Designer Series Paper. Thought it was really pretty. And for some kind of retro looking Christmas cards, that's going to be fun. Then while I was there, I also got 2 packages of glimmer paper. This is real red glimmer paper, and this one is rose glimmer paper. So I got one package of each of those. And then this was another gift that was left for me. It says charming, and in this little box is a bracelet. And this bracelet, there's a stray anchor in there, has the Stampin' Up! Logo and the Greek Isles image here, and then inspire, share, and create as the charms. And I could see where you could add charms for different places that you went. In fact, probably my anchor could go on that charm bracelet, and to represent the ship that we were on. That would be kind of fun. Anyway, so we got that bracelet, and then there was this stamp set that was with it, and it's called Itty Bitty Christmas. And so it's got all kinds of Christmas sentiments here, and some of them are a little bit larger, all kinds of different fonts. Joy to the world, happy Christmas, Christmas cheer, peace and happiness, happy holidays, happy new year, celebrate the season, from our house to yours, blessed Christmas. It just goes on, and it's a red rubber stamp set. Very nice, and that's one in the new catalog. So there's that. Then the next thing we got, and this is coordinates with a stamp set that is in the new catalog, and these are ornament punches. And there's an elongated one and a shorter one, and there's a stamp set that goes with this that has those ornament images on it with scrolling and all different kinds of patterns. And so this punch set, it will be sold as a bundle with these two punches together and that stamp set. And this one is called Gleaming Ornament Punch Pack. So happy to have more punches. I love them. So that was a gift. Then this was the last of the actual product gifts, and I haven't opened this one all the way. This one has a stamp set and a die set, and this die set has a label die in it, this Christmas tree down here, this wider Christmas tree. It's got a star, an angel, and then these three packages here that are hooked together that you can cut out these boxes here like presents, and then each of these stamp over the top of those presents. Got candy canes and stars and everything. And then this is going to be part, as I understand it, of a limited time bundle that will be available starting in August. And I'm not exactly, oh, I opened it. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be, but there are these pretty card fronts here. I've got big stars, I've got little stars, I've got stripes, and more of the big stars. It looks like there's 4, 8, 12, 4 each of 3 patterns there to put on the front of your card for a card front. Then in here, and I hadn't opened that any further than that, just to kind of look at that, coming with this, it looks like there is also a package of little star, gold star. Yep, it looks like they're adhesive back, just embellishments. Isn't that pretty? So that you can add to your project. And these are all laser cut images that can be added to your project as you see fit, and they're very, very thick, very heavy, but they're trees. Is that right? Oh, no, they're stickers. They're stickers. So there's trees, a couple different kinds of trees, 1, 2, 3 different kinds of trees. There's some fawns and some stars, more deer. So 1, 2 packages of the deer. This pretty little holly looking, and these are also stickers. So there's a couple of pages of those. And then there's some banners in green. And I need to see on the back of this package. It is called The Most Wonderful Time Product Medley. So it's one of those that's kind of all-inclusive, and it comes in its own box that didn't travel very well, I must say. And so there's candy canes and banners. There's a couple pages of those. And then there is this. And this is 6x6 Specialty Designer Series paper. And you can see as I'm moving it, the gleam here, there's deer and antlers are gold foiled, and there's several pages of that. There's this, oh, isn't that pretty? A red paper. Does it say what the colors are? No, it really doesn't, so we may have to wait until I can get to the catalog to tell you that. But there's this pretty holly paper, red, and the berries are foiled. This presents, again, that same theme of the presents. And I'm sure, yes, they're all, of course, double-sided. So let's walk back and kind of take a look at this. So this one was the deer with the gold foil, and there's this red and white star pattern. Then this one, which is the berries here, and that one has a green tree background. Here's the presents that are foiled on one side, and there's little green bows on the other side of that. Then there is this pretty striped paper with gold foiled accents, and the back side of that is green with stars. Then, oh, isn't that pretty? These are trees with gold foiling on them, and on the back are candy canes. So that's awful pretty. And then this last one is a green background with foiled candy canes and little dots, and the back side of that is a red stripe. So this is a whole product medley that will be in the catalog. So usually a product medley is available for a limited time and until while supplies last. But I don't often buy those, but I've had such good luck. I loved the last one. It was that Everything is Rosy, and I just loved the material in that one. So I was happy to get this, and I think for some of my folks this might turn into a card class, because if I get one more, then I'd have plenty to do a card class with. But it's got the stickers, it's got the designer series paper, it's got embellishments, it's got page fronts here, and then it has the stamp set and the set of dies. So quite complete. And so this was one of the gifts while we were there. Quite an expensive one, I would think. So let me set that aside. And then this is the non-product items that we received. This is like a little jewelry or makeup case that's got a place in the top to put different kinds of things and all kinds of little pockets for things, zipper pouch, and then the lower level is an open area to put other kinds of things. Isn't that pretty? And then the whole thing is done in the design of the Perennial Essence paper. Isn't that pretty? So this was one of the gifts that we got, and this little case. Isn't that pretty? So this was, there's the logo, the Stampin' Up! Logo on that one. Then this was something we were given, and this is a vest. So this looks good for fall, and it's got a zipper here with pockets, and it's kind of long, goes long over your waist, and got a sort of elastic sides here. Very nice. Just a lovely gift. So this was a gift that we were given. Then this one is a backpack, because it's got this backpack material on the back, but it also opens on the side here with a pretty good sized pouch. This looks like it would be good for travel, and it has an interior that has a smaller mouth and then opens wide at the bottom, and it's got a zipper compartment and then another compartment on the inside here, and then this whole thing zippers closed, and you can carry it like this, or you can fold it over and snap it shut and carry it this way or as a backpack. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's really, really pretty, very soft and supple. So that was one of the gifts that we got. I know it's hard to believe there's more. This was a gift for your primary guest. So it is a zippered pouch here, place for a couple of water bottles, and it turns into a backpack. So this gift was for my husband, and of course I've already confiscated it. And we used this quite a bit on the trip because we could put the water bottles in and then do our traveling around to the various places that we were going, and a place for easy access to get the things that you needed out right away. But that was the final gift from Stampin' Up! And then, oh, that's not true. These little things were some of the daily gifts that we got. This one is textured weave ribbon, and I think this one is Poppy Parade. This was a Christmas ribbon that's going to be available, and this one I think has a little different pattern. Let's open it and find out on the back side. And this one is called Cherry Cobbler Diagonal Stripe Ribbon. So let's see if I can get underneath this and open this package up, because if I remember right, yes. So on one side, the pattern is predominantly white with red accent, and on this side, it's predominantly, or a little bit more even, red and white. But this was one of the daily little gifts that we got. Then I got also in my turn of the wheel a set of the birthday candles, embellishments. And then this was another ribbon that is going to be in the catalog. So I'm going to open this so we can really kind of take a look at it. And it is like a tinsel ribbon. Isn't that pretty? That is going to look beautiful, you know, like we do on the thread, to wind this around a couple of times and then turn it and put that behind something on your project. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty ribbon, kind of a tinsel ribbon, and there's no markings on this, so it must come with something else when they do it. And then in addition to that, the last product gift that I have here, there was another little package of stars, but I don't know what happened to it. And this is something that's new, and this is a chunky glitter. It's called Ice Stampin' Glitter. So it's a chunky glitter to put on projects. I'm anxious to get this out and try it. It looks like it would be great fun. So there's that. And then finally, from that standpoint, it didn't travel very well, but here's the front page of the cover of my holiday 2019 holiday catalog. And there you can see is that cardinal, and there's some snowmen and mitten paper here, tags. There is a little, remember when we had the curvy keepsake box? Well, there's a miniature curvy keepsake box now in this product. There's one all done up, and here's one that's open. And let's see if they have, yes they do, they have one of these items on the front, and it is, we have a piece of domed plastic that we're going to be able to make like snow globes with, and it's just going to be really a lot of fun to play with. And so there's some really wonderful things in here, and again, some beautiful paper, as there always is with Stampin' Up. Okay, the next thing I have is my card swaps for the trip. I'm hopeful this video isn't too long, but I wanted to share these beautiful swaps that I got on my trip. And here is the first one. Isn't that pretty? True friendship is one of God's greatest gifts, and it's embossed, and it says made with love on the back. And let's see who did this. This one was by Maureen Hallman, Hallman. Thank you, Maureen. It's just beautiful. I love purples. Okay, this one is Sonia Benedetti. So a lot of these names will be familiar to you because these are people, many of these people did have YouTube sites or very active Facebook sites. And she has a unicorn on the front of this. Isn't that pretty? Very, very pretty card. All kinds of elements in that background. Stamps and coloring and a little bit of sparkle paper. Just gorgeous, and a lot of coloring done here. Very, very pretty. Sonia Benedetti. Thank you, Sonia. This one says You Made My Day, and it's got a dragonfly on it and some little sweet flowers. And then this is embossed in that new script embossing folder that we have on purple posy paper. And this one was done by Connie Heisey, Heisey. Very pretty little card. Thank you, Connie. This one is You're Amazing and That's a Fact. Isn't that cute? On a crumb cake with purple and blue and yellows. Interesting color combination. This one was done by Lori Mueller, and Lori's out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Thanks very much, Lori. Very pretty card. Here's one of our luscious magnolia cards. Thinking of You, and this one was done by Eldonna Epp, EPP, out of Calgary, Canada. There was quite a good representation of Canadians there. I don't know what she's done on that background. I'll bring this up so maybe you can see it. There's some gold shimmer on this card little inlay piece here. I think I'm going to open this one up because it looks like maybe a different card fold. I'm hopeful to get some inspiration for some different cards. Oh, I see what this is. This is one of those flip corner folds. Yeah. Isn't that pretty? Very nicely done. And then she put her card in here. That would be a wonderful way to do a gift card, wouldn't it? Very fun. And that again is Eldona or Eldana Epp. Thank you, Eldana. That is absolutely gorgeous. And I'll have to put this together later. Here's one done in the Sail Away with the Tide or the water embossing folder in the back. And this one was done by Tammy Nelson and Northern Mankato, Minnesota. Tammy Nelson. Pretty card, Tammy. Thank you. Here's one using this wonderful oval frame here, some pretty peacock paper, and some different kinds of ribbon on this. Thinking of You. And then this one was done Vanessa Webb from Australia. Very nice. Thank you, Vanessa. Pretty card. Here's one using the bird bellet, and it's a hello card. Looks like it's done on terracotta tile. And I'm not sure what color this is, but it's got one of those cute little floral embellishments and some of that pretty ribbon that coordinates with the in colors. And this one was done by Pat Shepard. And Pat is in my home state here. She's out of Evergreen, Colorado. Pat at stampinlady.com. Very nice. Beautiful card. Thank you, Pat. Okay, another Magnolia card. This one was done by Donna Gray. Isn't that pretty? So there's all kinds of elements here. We have this in Early Espresso. The journey of life is best shared with a friend. We'll get through this together. And there's these magnolias and some leaves in gold. There's some ribbon across here and some twine pulled across here. Then it looks like 2 frames. There's a lot going on in this card, but it's beautiful. And Donna Gray is big on YouTube. I see her stuff all the time. So Donna Gray, independent demonstrator, and New South Wales is where she's from. It's just beautiful. I love the combination of the brown with the magnolias. And it looks like it's got some texture on the back with some stamping. I'll have to pull that one apart and really look at it. Beautiful card. Thank you so much, Donna. Okay, here we go. This is a thanks card, and the magnolias are embossed on the front of this pattern paper with black embossing powder. And then it's got some copper trim on it, and thanks done in copper with the stitched nesting stitch dies here. And this one was done by Kim Wilson. Thank you, Kim. Very pretty. That's just gorgeous. With that outline in dark black like that. Very pretty. Okay, this one is another of the bird ballad. It said, "Your friendship means the world to me." And I see some designer series paper here with the bird cages and some twine, and then this pretty medallion with the birds on it. And it must say who sent it or who did it on the inside. So I'm going to pull that one out and see. Yes, Tamara Bertram. Tamara, it doesn't say where she's from, but isn't that pretty? Very nice. Thank you, Tamara. I expect to find none of these without indications of who did it. There's the cows. Aren't they cute? You're utterly fantastic with a few butterflies. And this looks like it's inset. This one was done by Linda McPherson, Bowie, Maryland. Just as cute as it can be. Thank you, Linda. That's a very fun little card. Here is one. Oh, look at that. Mimicking the Greek world with the blue top and the white little, I guess, I don't know what they are. It's a little open air hutch. Celebrate your special day. It's got some water on it, some birds, and some copper ribbon kind of strewn around here. Susan Smith is who did this one. And there's a story behind the white buildings and the blue roofs. Apparently at one time Greece was under Turkish country's flag, and they weren't permitted to fly their Greek flag, so everybody painted their houses white and put blue roofs on them to mimic the colors of their flag, and that's the story behind the white buildings with the blue roofs. And they're just stunningly beautiful to see. Thank you so much, Susan. Very nice. This one is enjoy the little things. One of my favorite sayings there. And that's stamped a couple of different times here. There's some designer series paper, some dragonflies, a little bit of thread. Nice imagination. Brenda Nelson. Thank you, Brenda. A very imaginative card. It's got a doily on the back. It's got some kind of like an edgelet down one side. Really pretty. Very nice card. Now this one is a thanks card using the magnolia paper and these pre-done cards and envelopes. And so here is my card, and it's got the envelope liner paper in it, and it's got this material with a thanks on it, not only for what you do, for being someone so special, and then more stamping on the inside. Absolutely gorgeous. And this one was done by Kathy Hilden, Hilden. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Thank you, Kathy. My days are beautiful that begin with you. Isn't that pretty? And she's taken some of that ribbon and just cut off the crumb cake in the middle and left the pink. Clever. Very pretty. Simple. And then I think this might be vellum layer here. Let's see who did this one. Oh no, this one doesn't have a sign on it. I can't believe that. Oh gosh, I thought for sure these would all have indications on them, but there's one that's anonymous. Okay, this one is You're Simply Wonderful, done in blue and Wink of Stella and Night of Navy, and it looks like very vanilla. Stamped with Celine Kempton. Doesn't say where she's from, but pretty card. Thank you, Celine. All right. Then this one is that beautiful floral embossing folder, and that same bunch of flowers there, colored in a little differently with a simple little hello here. And this one is, this is done by Amanda Charlesworth. Now Amanda's out of the UK, and her name that she uses on her material is Scrimpin' Mommy. And if you haven't visited her channel, you should. She's just delightful. She's got the most infectious laugh I think I've ever heard. And this was her swap. Isn't that nice? There it is, scrimpinmommy.co.uk, Amanda Charlesworth. Had the opportunity to sit and chat with her for a minute. Very nice. Thank you, Amanda. Now this one is a thanks on vellum with a muted, pretty magnolia and some of the paper here. And this one looks like it opens up a couple different ways here. And this one is Joe Golden. Joe Golden, isn't that pretty, Poppy, on her card? Let's see if we can see how this one opens. They're so pretty. You hate not to show all of it, but this video is going to be hugely long. That's okay. And there we go. Not only for what you do, but for being someone so special. Isn't that pretty? Lovely card. Very, very pretty. And again, Joe Golden. This one, oh, look at that. That's a walrus with a little bird on, just floating by to say hi. Isn't that cute? With this kind of wash-looking paper, and then this embossed like the waves, and a couple of sequins on there. And let's see if it says on the inside who put this one together. This one was done by Megan Hurst. I love the walrus face there. He's just as cute as he can be. Oh, and here is another of the peacock ones, and this is done with some of the designer series, the stamped peacock. Happy birthday. This one was done by Amy Combs, Amy's Paper Shop, Simi Valley, California. Very, very nice, Amy. Beautiful card. Absolutely gorgeous. This one is using the daisies and some stamping here. Couple looks like second generation stamping here. Tone on the purple. I think that's Highland Heather. And then stamped off a couple times on this strip. And some of the ribbon. Isn't that pretty? This one was done by Jennifer Cotton. Doesn't say where Jennifer is, but isn't that a pretty little card? Very, very pretty with those gems on the daisies. So much fun to have a second punch. Here's another of these beautiful peacock cards. I'm very fond of the peacocks. So very proud of you, using all kinds of designer series paper and foils, and then this big circle here with a foil peacock bird. Very pretty. And let's see if it says on the inside who did this one. No, it doesn't. Well, there's two that don't have a name on them, but absolutely stunningly beautiful card. Just gorgeous. Oh, look at this. This is a shaker card with that dino roar. You roar some. Isn't that cute? And then it's got a little bit of designer series paper, the little dinosaur, the shaker element, and this was done by Ann Oshiro, Kapolei, Hawaii. Ann Oshiro. Thank you, Ann. Isn't that just the cutest thing? It's got a little glitter, it's got some sequins and some little, I thought they were hearts, but they're little bits of red paper. And then this one is gorgeous. This is To a Wild Rose, and this says blessed to be your friend. And it's got a background kind of color here, and this pretty rose with a matching color. And I don't know if that is Mary Merlot or Cherry Cobbler. Looks like maybe Mary Merlot. Let me pull this out and see if it says who did this one. This is one I could see doing my own take on, because that's just so pretty. Let's see what it says. BJ Peters. If you watch BJ on YouTube, she does a beautiful job on projects, so this is one I'm happy to have. I had the opportunity to meet and get pictures with Shelley Gardner, and I met the gal from Sun Stamping, and I met Jan B from the UK, and saw Samantha Poodles, Sam Donald, I think is her name, out of the UK. Just about everybody that you see on YouTube was pretty much there. But that's the last of my card swaps. And then I have my 3D swaps. And I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. Here is one that's got a Tic Tac box wrapped in the Dino Roar. This one was done by Celine Kempton. This one is done by Sandy Reese, and it's got the dinosaur paper, and then I did open this one to look at it. It's got some gummies with a dinosaur on it. It's just as cute as it can be. Thank you so much, Sandy. This one is done by Sandy, looks like Canson or Carson. Can't remember, can't tell which. And it's got the cow up here and then these little candies called cow tails in a clear cello bag with a decoration here on the top. Just as cute as it can be. Thank you, Sandy. Now this is one where somebody put together this box but didn't do the final put together so it would be flat for traveling, and it's a happy birthday box. Isn't that pretty? And that was done by Catherine Harwood. So thank you, Catherine. I will be happy to put that together. A little birthday box, just as cute as it can be. And then she's got the ribbon attached for the closure, and very, very nicely done. Okay, this one is a tag, and Greek Isles, July 2019, and it's got the lighthouse and the pretty paper, Rose Ward. And thank you, Rose. Very pretty tag. I got one of my own swaps back. I think that's funny. So I'll put this on my desk and use it. This is a Post-it note holder. I thought that was so funny. This one is just a little something for you, and it's a little box, and it looks like it's got a lip balm in it. And this one was done by Amy Story. Thank you, Amy. This one, I really can't tell. This one is in German, it looks like. And so the name is in German, and it's a little box that holds a pen. And it says here, Wolfgang und Dorit Pape. Wolfgang Pape, I think, is who did that. Very pretty. Thank you. Let's see. This one is Oh Darling, You Are Fabulous, with that To a Wild Rose. And this one looks like it's got a bit of note paper on the inside. Davida Lepke. Davida Lepke. Very pretty for note taking. I got a lot of note pieces this time. This one says hello, has the bird on it, a little designer series paper, Karen Titus. And, well, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to open it up, because this is one of those little note cards. And when I open it up, let's see if I can get it to open. Oh, I see. So there's note cards in here. So it's like a little journal that has a place for you to put little notes in. Add letters, photos, gifts, cards, candy, and or tea bags. Isn't that sweet? Very pretty. This one was Karen Titus. Thank you, Karen. Lovely little project. Okay, so this one, Amy Combs, and it doesn't say where she's, Simi Valley. And this one is a little note package with some daisy stuff on it. The best moments in my life happen with you. Very fun. Thank you, Amy. Let's see, this one, oh, is one of these cute little Stampin' Up! Boxes. And when I open it, Oh, it's a little explosion box. Isn't that cute? Now I can finish this off, and then you can put little things inside of this. This one is Vanessa Webb out of Australia. Thank you, Vanessa. Very clever. A little bit different on this one. Then I have, let's see, this one is a little Stampin' Up! Box. Jessie Holton. And thank you, Jessie. Let's see what this does. This little box opens up, and it's also a little bit of an explosion box, and it's got "You Paint My World with Happiness," and then there's some pieces on the inside here with some of the crafting pieces. Isn't that cute? Very, very nice. Very, very fun. Thank you, Jessie. And let's see, this one is done out of the rose paper. I mean the magnolia paper. And again, this one looks like a little mini album as well. I'm not going to open it up, but I can see that there are pockets there and places to add little photos and things like that. Very, very pretty little folio. Thank you. And this one, oh dear, looks like I'm going to have to open it up because I don't see who made it. Holds 4 note cards and envelopes. Oh, that's a little different. So it's got the note cards and the envelopes here. And this one was done by Tamara Bertram. Thank you. She says she got the idea from Patty Bennett. Beautiful. Beautiful. Little note cards and envelopes. That might be worth casing. Make a lovely little gift to give to someone. Okay, this one holds a pen full of all kinds of gutters. Let's stay up late and craft. Cute as it can be. Jean Moss, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Let's see. This one is a little box with Anne Hubner. And in this little box, there's something that pulls out. So let me just quickly see if I can figure out how to get to it. Nope, it's gonna, and I don't want to tear it apart just yet. But isn't that cute? And something pulls out of this box. I can see a little handle here. So it must be a box. Maybe there's some chocolates in there. That will get me to open it. This one says "Bless You," and it's got a little open Kim Huffman. It almost looks like a little tissue box. Again, really done nicely with that magnolia paper and some glimmer on the box itself. This one has the beautiful "You" image here, and it's a folio, opens up and holds something inside. Cheryl Hamilton, and she's used some of that beautiful Perennial Essence paper, and look at that, what she's done with the daisy, made a skirt out of it. Very, very cute. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Let's see, we've got a few more here. This one is the Sail Away, and it's got some of the trinkets in the ship. And this is Eldona Epp again. And again, probably looks like the note cards and envelopes on the inside of this one. Let's see, this one is the Dinah Roar, and done by Genevieve Coe. Genevieve Coe. And it looks like this might hold, oh, I know, this is one of those boxes that opens up. So let me pull this out. Yeah, this steps up like this and makes a little box, so you can put something on the inside, or you can just write your message on the back. Thank you, Genevieve. Very cute little project. People have such great imaginations. It's amazing. Here is another one of those happy birthday boxes. And this one has been turned into something hard that is a little flower and then like a cell phone charm or a charm for your purse. Isn't that pretty? Very different. Sherry Robinson. Stampin' Sherry at stampinup.net. stampinsherry@gmail.com. Very cute, real different. And it's hard. It's not going to, she's done something to the paper, or she's done it on a plastic medium that's not going to easily break down. Have to look into that one. That's kind of interesting. All right, then I have a couple more left. This one is a little mini pizza box. Set sail in the direction of your dreams. Box of thank you notes. Consider using a few of these during the cruise this week to thank the staff or leave a tip. Lynn Field Camp. Isn't that cute? A little pizza box full of thank you notes. Clever idea. Like that idea a lot. This one is a box that opens. Handmade with Love by Jan B. So this is one of the ladies I was telling you I met and had a little chat with. Jan B from the UK. Oh, the box took a little bit of a beating here. But, oh, look at that. It's got a little package of tissues inside. Very nice. Lovely. Thank you, Jan. Wish I had more time to sit down and pick her brain. That would have been fun. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Okay, so there's that one. I have one last one. I think this is it. And again, a box that didn't travel too well. And this one was done by Linda Dalkey out of Australia. It's got some of this beautiful reversible ribbon on it in the peacock. And then it looks like it's got some milk chocolate bars on the inside. Well, that won't last long. I'll be in there in a New York flash having some of that chocolate. So thank you so much, Linda Dalkey. So that's it on my Greek Isles swaps and swag and all of that. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator, and or you could join my team. And I would love to have more people on my team. And right now is a wonderful time to join because there's a very special offer going on that gives you way more than you would get ordinarily. And my prize for the month of July is one of the big bundles out of the catalog. And in order to qualify to be in the drawing for that, all you need to do is put an order on my website, www.lbedinger.stampinup.net, or you can get to it through my blog, www.inkandingenuity.com. And that's it for me. If you want to talk about joining, give me a holler. My number is always below the video. Thanks again for stopping by, and I'll be back soon with more cards, more projects, and more tips. Bye.